Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I just thought that I would sit down and film a get ready with me outfit of the day tutorial for you guys before I leave for church today. So I just want to say I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday today, and I'm going to jump right in because I am always running late and I'm sure my husband would appreciate it if I was on time. No, I'm just kidding. My husband's great because he said, like, a lot of guys make fun of girls for being taking forever to get ready, but my husband said, I don't care how long it takes to get ready, just as long as you're ready on time. I'm like, that is so fair, because I'll take 5 hours. Just kidding. So today, my face is already washed, cleansed, all that moisturized, and today I am going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Light Primer. It looks like this, and I really enjoy this primer because I feel like it keeps my skin from producing too much oil, and then also I feel like it helps fill in any laugh lines or pores that I might have a little bit better than the one I used in my last tutorial. I used the Urban Decay Tightening and Brightening primer. Sorry, it's hard to talk while I'm trying to rub this in. And please excuse my skin. I didn't get very much sleep a couple days ago, and my skin decided, hey, let's break out a little bit. Thank you very much. Anyways, so now I really just like to push that primer into my skin, into my pores and whatnot. So today I'm going to use a lot of different things than I used in the previous tutorial. I'm going to do more of a heavier makeup look, more glamorous, because I am going to church and going to be with my husband today, and I like to be all pretty for him. So I am going to actually be mixing two foundations together. The first one is my MAC Studio Fix. I love this because of the coverage. It's a little bit thick, so I do enjoy mixing my Clinique Stay Matte Oil Free makeup. And this is the shade 06 Ivory, and I mix it with the MAC C3.5. I just feel like they're honestly really close in looking the same, so I feel like this one kind of thins out the texture of the MAC because this is a really thick foundation. So I'm just going to, which I'm really low on this, so I hope I can get some out, but I'm just going to put this on the back of my hand. Oh yay, I got some. Oh no, I didn't damp my beauty blenders. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Clinique foundation, and I always like to shake my foundations up. Just going to mix that on there, and I'm just going to make a little concoction of foundation on the back of my hand. I'm just going to mix it all in. And then I'm going to be using my Real Techniques. I don't think it's a beauty blender, but it's this Real Techniques sponge. Anyways, I really like the way that this sponge applies these two foundations together. So I'm just going to take the flat side, and I'm going to dip it into my little concoction there, and then I'm just going to be putting that over my skin, and then I'm just pouncing it into my skin. I'm not rubbing it, I'm just literally just pouncing it in. And of course, you know, we want to blend into the ears, down the neck, so we're all in color. Who else is getting ready for church today? And when you guys go to church, those of you that do you enjoy like the music part better? Do you enjoy the sermon part? Do you enjoy all of it? Well, obviously we enjoy all of it, but my favorite part is the worship. I love the worship. That's where I feel most connected to Jesus. I'm going to move on to my forehead, and I am trying to blend this in by using my camera that I'm looking into. So if I look this way, it's because that's where my mirror is at, and I need to make sure that I really did blend this out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to try to move this over for you guys. Okay. A tip for you guys. One thing that I do not do, because I use concealer, I do not apply my foundation under my eyes. I just don't want to get too cakey under there, because when I go in with concealer and then and everything, I feel like that gives me enough coverage under there. So I don't like to put foundation and then concealer on top of it under my eye area, simply just because I don't want to avoid that creasy look, especially like sometimes if my skin is a little bit drier, I feel like my laugh lines show through, and I just, you know, nobody wants to be looking all cakey under their eyes. Coffee break. 1 second. Coffee just makes me so happy. I'm probably immune to it, but I just enjoy a nice hot cup of coffee. So anyways, today I'm going to be using for concealer. I'm actually surprised. I've never heard anybody else talk about this, but this is the Smashbox BB cream for eyes. I love the coverage. I love the texture. It's very creamy, very hydrating. It does not look or settle dry. It does not set dry at all. And I really just feel like it wears well all day long, and I'm very happy with this concealer. Another tip that I do on days like today, because I don't want to look too cakey under my eyes, I don't apply it directly under here. I'm going to apply this just under the eyes, and I will show you. I'm going to be blending it up in there, but I do want the coverage down here, the brightness that it gives down here, so that's where I'm going to apply most of my product. And I actually learned this tip from Desi Perkins. I think she is so beautiful. And when she was talking about how she doesn't apply it right there and she kind of just more blends it up, I was just like, why don't I try that? So, and when I did, I absolutely do love the results. So I'm going to conceal right there just so the foundation doesn't get too dark. And we conceal the front of the face because that's where we want to be bright, and then all the bronzers and stuff will make us give us a lifted look, but we want to look bright and alive in the center of our faces. So now I'm going to take my actual pink beauty blender. It is damp, and also this was my damp Techniques, Real Techniques sponge, so I don't want you to think it was dry. So I'm just going to blend this out, and I'm going to be blending it up. I'm going to blend it up into under my eyes. And I am tired. I have not been feeling well. Like I said earlier, I didn't sleep much. Let's see, today's Sunday, so I didn't sleep much on Friday. My husband works swing shift, and so I love to hang out with him, and in order to do that, we stay up late. So we usually don't go to bed till like 4 in the morning. And anyways, then I went to lunch with my grandma for her birthday, so that on Friday, and then I wasn't able to get any sleep. I got up at 8, so I had about 3 hours of sleep. So I feel now like I'm kind of coming down with a sore throat, and my body just doesn't really feel that great. So yeah, now that I have this all blended out, now, because I do love brightness, I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Sorry about that. And this is the shade Neutral. Oh, and my Smashbox shade that I used was Fair. This is actually Fair Neutral. So I'm going to apply this just more right here and then blend it up again just to add. This is really, really like white. And I just love getting that brightness under here. In that area. I feel like that area tends to fade the fastest, and I'm sure it's because my foundation is underneath. Another reason why I don't like to apply my foundation directly under my eyes, because although it's mostly to avoid the cakiness look, it'll definitely take away the brightness. You know, that darker shade that your foundation is going to peek through. Sorry about that. Tongue-tied over here. It's going to peek through, and then it's going to take away the brightness that we just built under eyes. So now that we look ghostly white, let's add and set our powders or our foundations and stuff. So again, I'm going to take my MAC stippling brush. Again, I'm so sorry I don't know the number for you guys because my writing fell off. So hold on 1 second. I forgot my... Okay, so to set my foundation, I'm going to be using, again, my MAC Studio Fix, and this is the shade C4. Here's what it looks like. I'm hitting pan. I hate when I hit pan. It is just so depressing, so I'm like, oh no, I'm almost out. Which clearly I'm not, but I just am like, I need a new one. I love that MAC has that deal where if you keep your empty containers or whatever, sorry if you hear noise, that's my cat being a spaz. You get, like, I think it's 6 empty containers of MAC products and you get the free lipstick. I love that deal. I think I have like all my MAC lipsticks that I have have been free because I have gone through so many of these, this guy and this guy. Those I go through the fastest. So yeah, now that I set all this foundation, making sure I blend this all out. I'm just setting it. Again, I said in my previous video, but if you did not see it and you're watching this one, I set my foundation just because I do tend to get a little oily, especially in summertime. And I do feel like the powder just helps it stay softer and not shine like oily wet. It looks more just like a glow if it starts to shine. So now for setting my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D, and I'm going to be using the brush that came with it, the Kat Von D contour brush. So I'm going to be taking these 2 light shades that I can't really show you because they're broken, but it's those 2. I'm taking what I have left of them, and I'm going to be setting my under eye concealer. And I do love setting my concealer because I do feel like it helps it not get so creasy underneath. When I don't set it, sometimes the cream of the concealer just starts to kind of move throughout the day, especially if it's hot outside and you're out and about. But I'm just going to take some of this and apply it to those areas where I did apply powder over everything, just to bring some of that brightness back. Okay, so now that we have that all set, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing. I'm not sure the shade of this, you guys. The only sticker on the back that it says is St. Lucia. I don't know if that's the color or the palette, but I can't. My blush broke because Lord knows I'd be always dropping these guys. I'm going to be taking this shade, the bronzer, and I'm taking this brush that I have had for so long. This is actually a Bare Essentials brush. I don't know the number or anything because my writing is horrible. But it says, oh, Angled Face is the brush. So I'm going to just take that, a little bit of the brown right there, and then to contour, gotta pull all that hair back. I'm going to be starting back here and I'm going to be sculpting. I somewhat do a very slight C to sculpt out my cheekbones. I don't feel like I have cheekbones and I want cheekbones. I want a lifted face. So I'm going to be applying that in that angle like that. And then I'm going to blend it up into the temple so it's not so harsh. And I noticed that this is picking up a lot darker on camera than what it actually is in person. I think because as I said in my last video, I don't have the proper lighting yet for you guys. I'm working on it though. I'm working on getting all the stuff that I need to film properly. But I'm going to move my mirror that I'm using because it's actually got good lighting. And maybe it'll help you guys see the light better. Or what actually is showing. So I'm going to take more of that product and do this side, working on this side. Sculpting out, and I do apologize for however long this video gets because I don't have all the right equipment yet and stuff for you guys. I don't have like the editing tools, so basically I have to try not to have any bloopers when I'm filming. It's a one-time, hope it turns out shot because I don't have everything I need yet. But like I said, I am in the process of working on getting it all. And sometimes when it's too harsh, I brought it down. I'll take just this fluffy brush I have. Again, this is another. This is a Prestige brush. It's number 110, and this was, again, one of the Bare Essentials brushes. I got these so long ago, you guys, so I do apologize. I don't, it's called Bare Minerals now. I don't even know if they like are the same company or what. I really don't know. But now this is the blush brush that I absolutely love. This is the Real Techniques blush brush, and it comes like this, and I love that this lid and then this slides down because it keeps the form. I'm going to be using my NYX Baked Blush in this shade Spanish Rose. It is so pretty. I love this color blush. It's very pink, and it shows up just very dainty. That's why I think I love pink so much. And this has a hint of shimmer, but it doesn't show, again, like sparkles that we wore when we were like 10 and thought it was super cool. Oh man, if only someone told me. So because I don't have like cheekbones or like good apples of the cheek, I kind of just started just right here. I kind of have to make a weird face to find cheeks. And then I started not right here because I don't want to look like a clown. And then I blend it kind of just, I flick it up to kind of blend into my contour to make it look as one piece. Okay, so now that I'm done with my blush, it is time for the daintiest part of all. I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill Becca palette, the Champagne Pop, the Prosecco Pop. I think the names that she came up with are so cute. Where is my fan brush? Here it is. I'm going to be using this fan brush that I got. It's not any brand, you guys. I found them on Amazon. I told you in my last video, but again, if you haven't seen it, I found like a pack of 20 brushes for like $12.99 on Amazon, and because they were pink, I just definitely thought I needed them. So I am taking the Champagne Pop color, and I'm going to be popping that on top of my cheekbones. Kind of add it in there, but not too much. I want most of my shine, my glow, to be on the cheekbones. So pretty. If I must say so myself. I'm not complimenting myself. I'm talking about the actual product, not myself. And now I'm going to add some on the tip of my nose, on the Cupid's bow area. I just barely, I wish you guys could see how light I am putting this on my forehead and bridge of my nose and chin. Like I'm like just slightly like that soft. I barely, but we're gonna go in a little more on the bridge of my nose. Okay, so now that we have that done, I am gonna go in with my eyes immediately. And I am going to be taking my Maybelline The Nudes, and I am just going to be doing, I mean, to me it's very simple because I do this look all the time, but it's just more like they're cool tone colors on me, but I just like the way they, I guess they make my eyes look. My eyes are a lot darker in this camera than what they are in real life. Like they're more of a honey color brown, but right now they look like they're like jet black. But I'll work on, again, getting correct lighting for you guys. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to be putting that on, and I'm going to be blending this in the crease. And obviously we're going to be going in the windshield wiper motion to really just blend it out. I do keep majority over in this area, but I do slightly bring it down. Okay, and then obviously the other eye. I hope you guys can hear my music right now. It's worship music. It makes me so happy. If you guys listen to Christian music, what is like the singers and songs that you guys like? I love Jesus Culture. That's probably my number one. group that I listen to. Their worship is just so powerful. I love a lot of the Bethel worship songs. I am subscribed on YouTube to their channel, I'll Belong to You. And they have so many spontaneous worship songs, which I absolutely love because, I love songs that I know, but when I hear somebody singing straight from their heart, I think it's the most beautiful form of worship. And I just wonder what Jesus must be thinking when he hears, them singing that. And it just reminds me so much of Psalms when it says sing a new song, and it's like they're really singing a new song. And again, if you guys want, our pastor does come on channel 3, and it's just called Glenn Berteau. And I'm so sorry, that darker shade that I put in the outer part, I'm using this shade right here. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but not a lot. And it doesn't really show up on the eyes too much. So I just focus that on the outer part of my eyes. But now I'm going to take this white shade that I am clearly hitting pan on, and I'm putting this shade on my lid. It just brightens up the eye, and then I do kind of flick it up a little bit in that area just to give some brightness. Something that you guys might like to know is I love using Paula's Choice beauty products for skincare. If you guys buy skincare products from Sephora, you can definitely afford the Paula's Choice, because I would say they're definitely like an average price. They're not cheap like drugstore, but I would say they're like average, because they're not like some of the high-end products and stuff. But what I love about that website is it gives you such detail of what is in their products, the ingredients, what the benefits to each one are. You guys can find out your skin type, and then you can, figure out maybe what can cause you guys breakouts, like if you have allergic reactions or something. But anyways, I'm going to take this shade right here on the little stick that comes in the palette, and I'm going to apply this under my eye. I used to wear black eyeliner, you guys, under my eyes, and I sometimes just wonder why no one told me to stop doing that. Like not just black liner, like to underline, or because I'll still do it sometimes, but I mean, like, that's all I wore was just jet black eyeliner right there, and I'm like, why did I do that? Especially because I would get so frustrated even during the times I was doing that, because I thought it looked good for whatever reason, and it would like run into the corners of my eyes, and I would just be like, oh my gosh, like I hate eyeliner, it just always runs. But if I didn't have something under my eyes, I just stab my eye. So yeah, I used that shade right there, and now I'm going to take the shade that I put on the outer crease right here, just put some, and now I'm just going to keep this on the outside, because this is going to round my eye out a little bit, just on the outer edge of that. I'm not going to bring it all the way in, because I do want to keep this inner eye part just, right in a week. But anyways, yeah, back to my black eyeliner issue. I just can't believe I used to do that, and one day I was out of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my eyes are gonna look so bare. And so I decided to try eyeshadow, and this was before I watched tutorials, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, why didn't I figure this out a long time ago? And anyway, it worked well. And then when I started watching tutorials, I'm like, oh, apparently that was what I was supposed to be doing a long time ago. So I am going to be taking this brown shade right here, and just to cover up any powder or foundation that I accidentally got on my Bushman eyebrows. Something I love about my husband is that he takes very good care of the things that we have. Well, so do I, but I mean, like, he got his dream car, and I just love that he takes such good care of it, because it really, I don't know, like, even when he didn't have his dream car, he had his truck, which was totally fine, but he would still just take care of like he would be washing it and always keeping it clean. And I just feel like, you know, taking care of the things we have, no matter what it is, how nice or whatnot, it's just like, you know, respectful to God to just say, hey, I'm so thankful that you've blessed me with this income and that we can afford this or that or the other, and just take best care of it as possible, you know, because I feel like if we just don't take care of what we have, it's kind of a slap to God's face, like, oh, thanks for what I have, but I don't have everything I want. So, but, you know, if I had this, then I'd take care of it, but it's like not true. It just doesn't work like that. And I just admire that about him. He's really has taught that to me, because like I would go through so many cell phones and like I wouldn't treat them good. I would just toss it, like whatever, like just kind of toss it around, like kind of disrespectful, because my parents were paying for it and I never looked at it that way. I just didn't care, because if it broke, it's just like, oh, I need a new one. Okay, here's your new one. I mean, it wasn't that easy, but really it kind of was, because my parents were very good to me. Anyways, I told you guys in my last video, I don't wear fake lashes. I have before, and I would like to try to find a pair that actually fits my eye good. And I know you have to trim them and stuff sometimes when they don't fit your eye. But I am using my CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara. I could probably cut this part out for you guys because it's so boring to watch me do mascara. And I'm not caking it on because I'm trying to hurry. I'm like looking at the time, I'm like, oh wow, I'm already almost at 30 minutes. And I can't cut it for you guys because I don't have what I need. So hopefully you guys don't get too annoyed. But I am just going to apply this. And then on my bottom lashes, you guys, because I am heading to church, I'm going to apply a waterproof underneath, because I have told you guys I love worship time the most at church, and I am just so moved by God's presence that most of the time I can't help but cry. And some of you guys might not understand that, but honestly, when I read the Bible, it just comes to life to me during worship, because it like makes it so personal. And then I just am so humbled and in just such awe of God's glory and his holiness, and his presence just becomes so overwhelming to me, and I can't help but just cry because I'm so humbled and thankful that he has looked out for me and saved me from everything. So now I'm taking my Tarte Lights Camera Splashes, because this is the waterproof one, and I'm going to apply this underneath my eye. Underneath my eye, I mean my lower lashes, but you guys get it, obviously. After worship time, and I definitely have been crying, I immediately looked to my husband, and I'm like, is my mascara everywhere? And he's just like, no, you look beautiful. I do have an amazing husband. He is always telling me he thinks I'm beautiful, even when I don't feel like I am. It's so funny. I remember when we were first dating, he'd asked to see me without makeup, and it took a long time. I'm sure you guys will meet him sometime, but it took a long time, and he will attest to that. So this camera is showing up my under eyes look very dark. They're not as dark as what it actually is in this light. So I'm going to try to hold this up so you guys can see a little better. But yeah, so that's what I have there. For lips, I'm going to be applying my Carmex first. I know Carmex is probably not the greatest chapstick, but I love that it's got that thick texture and moisturizing that I like. Now I'm going to be taking my Milani lipstick. It's called Pink Frost. I love that name. It's so cute. It sounds so dainty. Anyways, it's this shade. It's very pink. And I love wearing pinks in like summertime and stuff. I just feel like it looks so summery. So dainty. So fun. So now that I applied that lipstick on, I'm going to be covering it, applying a shade of the... You guys, how is that even ripped off right now? Like, why is it even ripped off right now? I don't know. I'm so bummed. It's my Butter Gloss NYX. There's no name. Ah, I cannot believe that happened. I'm trying to find to see if it's somewhere else on here, and it probably is, and I'm panicked. Try not to waste time. Anyways, I will try to figure out what shade this is, but I love it. It's a very just nude pink, very girly, and I feel like it matches well with that lipstick color I just put on. But you'll get to know I love my lips to be glossy. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to go run and do something with this rat's nest right now. I'm going to get ready, and then I will come back, show you my outfit, show you my hair, everything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'm so sorry that it was so long. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys maybe want to try some of the products I used. Again, I do apologize for the lack of lighting, lack of being able to edit this to be shorter for you guys. But I will be right back, okay?